Chapter 3. The Stolen Stone. The students were literally dropped onto a stone floor in a form of chamber cave. They stumbled onto their feet and walked toward a center area surrounded by pillars. There they saw a figure in the middle, along with a tall mirror. Quickly they ran behind 3 of the pillars. Don peeked from behind his pillar and looked closely at a smaller figure whose back was to them. Coming out a little more from his pillar, he turned to see the side of the smaller figure, who was a young boy with perfectly circular-rimmed glasses.
"Bloody hell, it's Potter!"
Elizabeth and Thomas looked at Don in shock, and then did as he, and found out, in fact, it was the boy who lived. Elizabeth then directed her vision towards the first figure, who was standing directly in front of the mirror. He was a taller man who had a black robe and a purple turban. The young Harry began approaching the taller man. Thomas, Don, and Elizabeth could overhear a conversation going on between the 2 people.
It can't be. Snape?
Sounds like Harry is accusing the old Professor Snape of wanting to steal some kind of stone. However, the location is unknown, Don said in close concentration. Thomas turned to Don and started to agree with him. That's because it is unknown. For now. That is Professor Quirrell. At any moment he is going to take off his turban and reveal the face of Voldemort on the back of his head. Blah! That's disgusting, Elizabeth said in disgust. Quirrell soon did as Thomas had suspected and removed his headdress, showing the somewhat presentable face of Voldemort. As the 3 future students listened, they could hear that Voldemort wanted something of Harry's in exchange to see his parents. He then reached into his pocket and pulled out a stone. That's got to be it, Thomas said in a slight excitement. What's it? Don questioned. That's got to be the first object that Harry was close to. The Sorcerer's Stone. Ah, yes, the Sorcerer's Stone. Sometimes referred to as the Philosopher's Stone. You get to know a few things by reading through musty parchment-filled books. Voldemort called from the back of Quirrell's head to go after Harry. Quirrell seemed to glide over to Harry's position and pushed Harry to the ground, knocking the stone out of his hand and onto the steps where he lay. The 2 fought until Harry was being choked by Quirrell. The stone! It's right there! What are we waiting for? Don persisted.
Are you crazy? If we get it now, not only will Harry not get it, but he and Quirrell will see us,
Elizabeth convincingly said to Don. Harry resisted the professor by grabbing his hand, which at that moment began to smoke and crumble. Harry then charged Quirrell and slapped his hands onto the Dark Lord Carrier's face. The face began to burn. Now's our chance, Thomas said.
But what about the stone?
Just then, in the giant mirror, appeared Harry Potter, as the students had seen him when he came to McGonagall's classroom. He pointed at the stone and mouthed a word. None of the students couldn't exactly see what he was saying. Grown-up Harry then slowly mouthed the word again, and Thomas picked up on it.
Gemino! The Gemino curse! We can make a duplicate of the stone. Better make it quick. They could see us at any moment,
Elizabeth nervously said. Thomas quietly approached the stone as Quirrell started to crumble to the ground. He took out his wand and pointed it at the stone.
Here goes nothing. Gemino!
The stone wiggled from side to side, and soon there were 2 identical stones. Thomas grabbed one of the stones and ran back behind a pillar, just as young Harry turned around to see one stone still sitting there. Older Harry was gone from the mirror by now. Elizabeth kept peeking from behind the pillar she was hiding behind.
I must say, Harry was an adorable kid. I've always had a thing for people from his part of the country. That accent.
Now what? Don asked. I guess on to the next moment that Harry wants to send us to, Thomas responded. Oh yeah, but a quick question, what's that? A cloud of smoke started to rise from the clothes of Quirrell with the face of Voldemort. It came at Harry and pushed him to the ground, and the stone fell out of his hand once again.
Oh, can't we help him?
Elizabeth cried out to the boys. Not to sound harsh, but no. We don't want Harry to come in contact with anyone he's not supposed to, Thomas said, putting his hand on her shoulder. Can I see that stone real quick? Don said in curiosity. Thomas stuck out his hand so Don could see it. He rubbed his fingers against the surface of the stone, as did Elizabeth. Suddenly, the 3 students vanished from the chamber.